Hey everybody, what is happening? It is Thursday. You know that's my favorite day of the week, so I couldn't let a day go by without posting an update. Update on the beard. It is still looking epic. I still haven't shaved, although that day is probably coming because it's starting to annoy me. And because somebody mentioned on the podcast that I was looking a little bit like Corey, and I can't have that. I can't have that. But I just wanted to update you guys. If you are on my mailing list, which you absolutely should be, go to robertandcheek.com and sign up right there on the homepage, and you'll get emails from me, not weekly, but every so often, to update you about what I'm doing. So if you've been part of that, or if you've joined me on Patreon, become a supporter at patreon.com/robertandcheek, you know that there has been a lot of wheels turning recently, and we have a lot of things going. So I hope that you are up to date on that news. I can't say it this publicly yet, so keep that in mind. That's going to be coming in a few weeks, but it's been a busy couple of days, but that doesn't mean that we can't take an opportunity to sit here on Thursday. As you know, Thursday is the best Tuesday, if you ask me. So take an opportunity on Thursday. It's at the end of your day here, and we have a chance to sit down and look back at the last 2 days and ask ourselves, what negative happened that I can turn into a positive? Or what occurred that I can learn a lesson from over the last 2 days that I can use going forward? And of course, Thursday is the best day to look ahead to the next 2 days and say, I have Friday and Saturday. I got to work tomorrow, but, Friday night and Saturday are my own. And what can I do with those 2 days to help further my goals? It's always been my policy that, long-term goals are really hard when you look out and you say, well, I have so much time to get moving on it. I have so much time to do things. Well, you don't, because by the time you get to that date, you'd never have accomplished anything. So we have to break down those big goals into bite-sized chunks. Where do I want to be in 2 years? What do I want to be doing? What do I want my life to look like? Okay, well, what can I do in the next 2 months that gets me to that goal in 2 years? And what can I do in the next 2 days that gets me to that goal in 2 months? So I've kind of been pretty obvious about what my 2-year goal is. I now have finally been moving forward in a very positive way, a very direct way, setting down real plans for what's going to happen in the next 2 months. So now my goal is to think about the next 2 days and decide what I can do over the next 2 days that gets that 2-month goal going. I've been doing a lot of writing, obviously. So that is something that pushes life forward. But thinking about the last 2 days, the problem is that you get into these lulls. I'm in one of these lulls right now. I have just basically been working and sleeping, and that's it. So, does that mean that there's no lessons that I can pull from the last 2 days? Does that mean that there's nothing negative that happened? No, of course not. I mean, I have the ability with my job of meeting new people all of the time. And that's one of the best things, because when I'm meeting new people, I can pull lessons from them into my own life. And I had the opportunity over the last 2 days to meet a couple of really cool people who are very encouraging. One person who was like, I can't believe that you're doing this thing, that you have this crazy plan. I wish that I had the guts to do it. And it always reminds me when I hear people saying that this is why I post messages. This is why I want people to hear what I have to say, because you can do it too. It's not impossible. You just have to put your mind to it. Everybody is capable of making this kind of change. You just have to know that you believe in yourself and that you can do it. And I believe in you being able to do it as well. So long as you follow the process. It's all about setting goals and accomplishing them and moving everything forward. So I hope that everybody's had a fantastic Thursday. I have a really busy weekend ahead. I've had kind of a dull couple of days, but like I said, there are always things that can be gleaned out from every single day. So I hope that you're doing that as well. And I hope that you're putting your goals down on paper. That can be the most important thing. Sit down at a computer or with an actual piece of paper and say, what do I want to do? What do I want to be doing? Where do I want to be in 2 years? Well, what can I do in 2 months to accomplish that and to move that goal forward? And what can I do in the next 2 days to keep doing that? And if you cycle these 2-day goals over and over and over and over again, by the time you get to 2 months, you've now moved yourself substantially forward towards that 2-year goal. And you keep doing every 2 days, reassessing, every 2 months, reassessing that goal. Then by the time you hit 2 years, you will be exactly where you wanted to be. Or you're going to be somewhere completely different, because by the time 2 years comes, your 2-day and 2-month goals have shifted everything that you thought that you wanted. 5 years ago, I thought that I wanted to be an attorney and be doing that for the rest of my life, and it was something I really wanted to do. And I found out over the course of years that I didn't really want to do that. And I had a couple of options. I could have just stopped and said, well, I guess I'm stuck doing this forever, even though I don't like it. but then I wouldn't be happy for the rest of my life, and that's not really an option for me. So, you can always take the time to make those adjustments. Don't just sit in a lull somewhere and say, well, I'll figure it out as it comes along. I wasted 3 years doing that. You don't want to do that. So keep adjusting, keep moving, keep setting these goals and accomplishing them. And if you don't accomplish a goal, that's okay too. You can reset that goal for another 2-day period and keep trying to move that thing forward. So I hope everybody had a great Thursday. We're looking forward to the weekend. For those of you who don't work on weekends, enjoy it. Take a little time to yourself and focus on those 2-day, 2-month goals. For those of you who are working this weekend, one of the great lessons that I learned is that you don't make your $1 million. You don't make yourself happy doing what you do 9 to 5 or whatever your working hours are. Your working hours are for paying the bills. We all have to stay alive. It's what you do in your off time. It's your homework that really gets you where you want to be. So focus on doing that. Focus on being that. Be the person who works their day job or their night job or whatever your job is. Keep those bills paid. Keep yourself alive. After that, take every second you can to move yourself forward. Because time, as I always say, is the only finite resource. It's the only thing we can't get back. If you waste the next 2 days, you will never get those 2 days back. And you're setting yourself back 2 days from your goals. So don't allow that to happen. And of course, we only get one ride through this life. So make sure that you are focusing on the moment. Live now. Don't worry about the mistakes you made in the past. Don't worry about all those problems that have come up in the past. Focus on right now and get yourself ready to move forward in a very positive way. So I hope everybody's had a great week. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope you are too. I'll be working, so I'm one of those who doesn't get to take off on weekends. But I hope that everybody takes a chance to reset those goals and reset those barometers and get everything moving forward in the right direction. But until next time, guys, take care.